what is good. Today, we're going to do Sichuan style lamb. Stay tuned. It's episode 8. So what you guys don't know is in China, especially in the northern region, close to Kazakhstan, they eat a lot of lamb. They use a lot of spices like cumin. And so for the Sichuan Lamb recipe, we would require Sichuan peppercorns. Well, although they're called peppercorns, they are not really peppercorns, they're berries that are found in the Sichuan region. There are many different types, but we're going to use the most common one. We're going to ground it into a powder before we use it. Also, I have this beautiful Irish lamb that I'm going to use. Look how beautiful it is. I'm going to keep some of that fat on because we need a nice oily base, and the lamb fat is really delicious. A garlic, a few chilies. These are dried chilies. We're going to hydrate them in some water. Light soy sauce, oyster sauce, Shaoxing rice wine, cumin powder, some red onion and some julienne of ginger, and this is a Chinese chili paste. You could use any chili paste, but I would suggest using these. These are fermented in beans. These are fermented with beans rather. Chili, it's called, you can buy it from any Chinese grocery store. It's called doubanjiang. So the first thing to do would be to marinate our lamb. We're going to add in a bit of light soy sauce and a little bit of Shaoxing rice wine. Just mix it together and leave it aside for a while. Now we're going to rehydrate those chilies. Just pour some hot water, leave it aside for 5 to 10 minutes and should be good. Now take your peppercorns and just give them a nice pound. You could also blitz them in a food processor. Works either way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up some oil and we're going to just sear our lamb. Now searing the lamb keeps all those beautiful juices inside and makes the lamb nice and moist, and the lamb doesn't dry out that quickly. So I've coated my lamb here in a bit of corn flour. This step is completely optional. If you want, you could coat it with corn flour or you could just leave it out. So now you see I'm just searing my lamb. Still has a nice golden brown crust, as you see. Try not to overcook the lamb, otherwise it will be really dry. So once the lamb is ready, we're just gonna set it aside on a paper towel till we make our sauce. In this same pan, add in a little more oil. We don't need too much oil because the lamb fat will act as the oil here. Add in our chopped garlic. There's my chopped garlic. With that, I'm just going to add in my chilies. Those rehydrated chilies. Do not add the water. The Sichuan style cooking is a really spicy kind of cooking. It's red, and the use of Sichuan berries really gives you that beautiful zinginess on your tongue. I just added my Sichuan peppercorn powder and my cumin powder, giving it a bit of a stir. There's my julienne of ginger. I'm adding the julienne of ginger. Julienne means kind of like matchsticks. Coat the lamb. I've added the lamb back so we can coat the lamb with all these beautiful spices, the peppercorn, the chili, the garlic. Gonna add in our onions. Give it a nice stir before we add our sauces. Next thing we're gonna do is add our light soy sauce. And then we're going to add our Sichuan wine, our oyster sauce, and now for that beautiful red color, we're going to add our chili paste. Now just look at the color change. This chili paste will coat and give a perfect balance to the sharpness of that rice wine and to the zinginess of those berries. Give it a nice stir, mix everything up. Look at the color, guys. Add a bit of sugar. We need to balance the flavor. It's very important in Asian cooking to balance the flavor. As you see, I've added very little oil and the lamb is giving away all the fat. The fat is rendering perfectly and you see that thin coat of red oil. That's the lamb fat. Finally, I'm going to add just a bit of rice wine vinegar, just a little bit, a splash of it, just to give that extra sharpness. Give it a nice mix. I'm going to cut some nice green onions just for the garnish. Just slice them really, really fine. Just gonna add them on top of our lamb. Gives a nice color, nice green to the red. The contrast of color and flavor is amazing here. Now here is my lamb dish. As you can see, that beautiful red oil splitting, the lamb fat. You could also do this with chicken or with any kind of meat. And I'm going to do a vegetarian version, actually, a vegan version next. So stay tuned for that. Do subscribe, like and comment if you tried this dish out. This dish is really, really spicy, so Be very careful. Now I'm going to show you how beautiful the lamb is. Just take a look at that. Oh my God, the taste is so good.